Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the boater, Mike the mariner, rounding out the cruise. We attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information. And I'll tell you, it's interesting. Last few weeks, we've been talking a lot about, these YouTube videos at Haulover Inlet, whether it's Wavy Boats on YouTube or some other vendor that just puts out all these videos of people coming in and out of the inlet in Florida. And we learn from their mistakes. We laugh at their mistakes and thank God that it's not us. But this week, we actually get a recall notice, which is relatively rare, on a new vessel for sure. But the Switch, which is a boat we covered, I don't know, a year or two ago on the World of Boating from Sea-Doo, a new style of entry-level pontoon, kind of using some jet. There's some technology from their Sea-Doos, like if people want to go from their Sea-Doos up to their first real kind of boat and still kind of be familiar with the layout. I think it kind of, works that, that channel of expanding your boating experiences. I thought it was a pretty cool boat at the time. I don't know if I was in the minority. I think it was 50-50. 50% of our crew thought it was an okay idea, and the other 50% thought these looked stupid. but they've been recalled, and because they've been having some incidents. And I guess actually did someone actually die on this thing? It flipped and died. Is that what caused this recall, Barry? From what we know, or what? Or do you know, Barry? Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There have been multiple capsizings that resulted in fatalities because of this boat. Now, the Coast Guard has been doing a lot of investigation, and what they're saying is that the bow is digging into the water, or as we call it, plowing into the water.
Right.
And that's causing the boat to flip.
Okay. Which we have seen, not a switch necessarily, but we see this constantly on these YouTube videos
multiple
coming
times.
in and out of Haulover Inlet when the seas are rough and the winds aren't cooperating. You see people out on the bow, and next thing you know, they're in the water or they're flooded and their boat is just awash in waves and stuff. It's a mess. It's fun to watch. Great time killer. But you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be in that viral video necessarily. In this particular boat, it's gotten so bad. They had some incidents, and they've actually had to, post a recall. So if you have one of these, you need to reach out to Sea-Doo right away, get it resolved. And they're putting out warnings to the boating industry to say, look, if you do have one of these boats and you haven't had it, get retrofitted with the fix or whatever they're doing to these boats to make them a little bit more stable, don't have anyone on the bow in rough seas. Is that what you see as well there, Mike? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing. It's not just this particular boat. I used to have a pontoon boat many, many years ago.
Right.
And I used to experience that condition every once in a while. Now with the Switch, I believe that the fix is to alleviate water intrusion into the pontoons, which adds weight. And of course, if you're slowing down and you've got water in the pontoons, the water rushes to the bow of the boat, which suddenly increases the weight at the bow of the boat. And if you have people sitting up there, obviously it's going to dig in. And I've actually experienced that before, not on the Switch, but on my old vessel from many years ago. So it's something you have to be careful about. And you certainly need to make sure that the factory fix is applied to your vessel. And then just take great care in how you operate it because even if you don't have water in the pontoons, but you have people up on the bow, that creates a nose heavy condition.
Right.
And And when you're slowing down, your boat settles, the bow drops, and if it goes below the surface of the water, suddenly, the stern of the boat is rising and you're digging in, and you can.
And when the
create a
stern
problem.
rises, you lose steering control too, if it gets out of
Yes.
the water too far. So
Right.
it's not good any way you look at it. Let alone the fact that the person that's sitting up there on the bow may not be there once the wave passes.
Well, yeah, they tend to float away sometime. But
yes,
so what the suggestions were is obviously move people from the bow back to the stern. What Sea-Doo is supposed to do is they're going to seal up some areas around these pontoons, because the whole boat is like one giant pontoon. And what they're thinking is that water's getting into them, and then it's going to the lowest part, which, if you have enough people in the bow, ends up being in the bow. It just keeps piling more and more weight there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
they're-
it's kind of weight and
yeah.
balance stuff. I mean,
you have that
I
with
think,
aircraft all the time, right?
well, true. If you don't have your weight and balance set right on the aircraft, you very well may not fly. So
Yeah.
and that's not good. It's a little different for boats, but in a way, it's not. I mean, it's so you can handle some waves and things, or something catches you off guard if you're kind of balanced out from the beginning when you leave the dock, and you let space people out accordingly, and you know what you're
Right.
about to deal with. I think there's a lot of similarity there, but it's just in the airplane. You're right, Barry. It's a little less forgiving maybe than a boat, but it can be bad in a boat too, as they have seen in these switches. Now, what do we know as far as what the recall? What are they doing to it? If you take it into your Sea-Doo dealer, what does it say?
So what they're saying is that they're going to use some sealant, and I guess seal up certain areas of the boat that maybe are getting water intrusion, as well as they're going to put some safety stickers on the dash telling you that, look at the seas, look at the inlet. If you see it's rough, take all of your people that are sitting up at the bow, because everyone wants to sit in the front, move them aft so that you're running with your bow a little bit higher. So instead of plowing into the waves, you're going over the waves.
Okay. So, move the heavier folks to the back of the boat. Do you ever do that? Your boat is too big for that, right, Mike? I mean, it wouldn't really matter. But Barry's boat's a 17-footer, and even though it's unsinkable, I mean, do you have a tendency to put the fat asses towards the stern there, Barry?
I have a
Present company included?
Yeah, right. When you guys go diving, you notice I'll try to move your tanks and equipment towards the rear if we can,
right.
because they add a lot of weight to the bow. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have to worry about that with my vessel,
Right.
because when I'm operating at slow speeds, it's almost like a semi-displacement hull. Even though it is a planing hull, it acts like a semi-displacement hull because it's so big and heavy. Now, my dad's boat,
I mean, because we're talking like what? How long is your boat again?
it's 43 feet.
Yeah, it's a little bigger than
and it weighs
Barry's.
40,000 pounds. It's it's a big, heavy boat. Now, my dad's boat, his is a 42-foot center console go fast boat with triple engines on it, and even though it's 42 feet, he has a vented high performance hull.
Yeah.
And we do have to pay attention to where people are on that boat when we are operating it, because weight and balance, that boat's much more sensitive to weight and balance.
Okay.
So it has to do with how your boat's designed, how heavy your boat is, and the beam. The beamier of the boat, the more stable it's going to be.
Okay, so there's
as a general
some
rule.
boats that are more fat ass friendly than others.
That would be true.
I
Yes.
think that's the technical way you describe it, isn't it, Barry? Or do you?
well, I
not?
would think if he had enough people on his boat, it would make a difference.
Well, maybe, yeah, but it's going to be quite a thing.
My boat's a little weird. I can have 2 people on it, or I can have 15 people on it, and it doesn't change anything about the way the boat runs. I do 16 knots at 2,400 RPMs, whether I have 20 people or 2 people on. It doesn't matter.
Well,
we
there you
must
go.
do a real experiment with about 50 people, load them on his boat, and see what happens.
No, I think
it might notice that.
I think we do it on your 17-foot Triumph and see if we
know
can
what'll happen.
sink this unsinkable boat. That's way more fun. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I used to have a boat.
You did?
Yeah, she was pretty damn sweet, man. I love that boat.
So why'd you lose it?
Sometimes the things we love aren't long for this world, Vern. Especially when your alcoholic ex-wife gets drunk and falls overboard and drowns.
This is the world of boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the boater, or Mike the mariner rounding out the crew. Okay, so the Sea-Doo Switch has been recalled, and it doesn't mean you can't go boating with it. They just put out warnings like don't load the bow, could flip on you. They've had some incidents. And they want you to get it into your Sea-Doo dealer and have a little modification made to it. You're talking about it, they're going to seal some stuff up, right, Barry? So basically make it more unsinkable maybe if it does flip or something. Who knows? But
they're trying to make sure water's not ingressing into the remember, these are like giant plastic tubes.
Right.
So if water's getting in them and not draining out, then it'll eventually just keep building up until, you take your kids and say, oh, everyone run up front for a picture. And then all of a sudden the boat just goes bloom.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal. So, get it worked on, get it, and be extra careful if you're out there on the water with one of these things. They still look pretty cool. I mean, I like the way they, the vibe that they have. I
think they're great for families.
Yeah,
because they're so forgiving. The way the materials they're made out of.
Yeah,
if you have a fiberglass boat and you hit a dock, you'll never forget it because it'll always be there.
Yeah, they're great if they don't flip on you. So just don't do anything.
Just don't do that.
Where they might do that. But once again, I think any boater could learn from this. Recall just a bit, just to be aware of, like I said, weight and balance and that kind of thing, and keeping people out on the on the bow when you're going through some wavy conditions. You got to be extra vigilant about that kind of stuff. Now, we are smack dab in the middle of October, just a couple weeks from Halloween. Barry is donning his latest Halloween getup today. If you see us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch, X, you can see this, and we apologize in advance usually. Probably a little late to the punch this time, but do you want to explain your getup your
My getup?
zombie apocalypse look that you're sporting today there, Barry? or
Well,
what?
you know, Mike is much taller than me, and he asked me to come down and tear into his electrical system a little bit, and I
And then he
whacked my head
beat
up
you
on it.
senseless to a bloody
No,
pulp
it
or
just-
something?
It was really tight in there. I couldn't get back out. He pulled on me, and I whacked. No, this is from I grew up on Miami,
Okay.
and back in the time when I grew up, there was no such thing as sunblock, or if there was, no one knew about it.
Yeah.
Everyone had suntan oil and went out there to get as dark as they could.
Yeah.
So a couple of sunburns have come back to haunt me. That was squamous cell cancer on this side.
Ah, okay.
That's the little one that's now healed up pretty good.
So it
This
has a
bigger
big-
one is even bigger.
He's got a
So-
big bandage on his forehead and
I got a big
a black
incision
eye
there.
kind of thing
Yep.
going on. You got to come up with a way better story than that.
There you go.
But it was a skin cancer surgery, and it was successful. But I
Yeah.
guess the I don't know. The moral of this story is take care of your skin. Is that what you're trying to say there, Barry? Or
if
what?
you go out there, wear sunblock. I mean, it's just this really does suck.
Yeah.
So
And it's something that boaters have to manage, whether you want to or not. I'm right there with him. I don't look as hideous as he does today, but
not today, but there are
He can
days.
hear you. He's
but
right
I
there.
mean, I think he timed the surgery perfectly. 'Cause people think you're just doing some kind of zombie look thing for Halloween there, Barry. So that's
Well,
something
if
to
I
think
t-
about, I guess. Right?
If I take the bandage off, it looks like someone whacked me upside the head. with
Well,
a
we
bat.
can save that for later when we really
Yeah.
want to spook someone.
Mhm.
But yeah, skin cancer is a thing. I've put my dermatologist kids through college over the years with all the
Oh yeah, you're a professional at that.
things
I
they've
call
frozen
you
off.
and ask.
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but I will. I got to give you props for doing the surgery now. I mean, this would be an ideal time to kind of, if you have to get some skin stuff taken off or cut off, do it during
Right.
October, right before Halloween, and
That's
just
right.
tie it
I- you
into
know.
your zombie look or Frankenstein monster
Frankenstein's
thing.
monster.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I already
Alright.
got the scars for it. Well, they have to take the stitches out. They do that this coming week.
Okay. Well, there
But-
you'll still have a nice scar.
I'm
for
going
the
to
end
have
of the month.
yeah, this is going to be a long time going
Yeah.
away.
So you planned it this
Yeah.
way, right, Barry? Take credit.
No.
See,
No.
I gave him the opportunity, Mike, and
No,
he totally
I
blew
can't
it.
do that.
Jeez.
I've had it too, and
Yeah.
and had to have things removed, and I had to use the chemo cream and all those
Yeah.
things.
It's no
Oh
fun.
yeah, that's fun.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that is not fun.
It
Yeah,
is
I know
not
that.
fun.
I know that.
Let this be a warning. If you're out there on
Yeah.
your boat and the sun is beating down like it always does in Florida, lather up, oil up,
Even
and do what you need to do to protect yourself. Yeah.
even when you're under a top in a boat, there's reflection off the water
Yeah.
that hits you.
Yes. Mhm.
That's why you need to have it on your face, your ears. People always forget about your ears, your nose, your
Yeah.
neck, anywhere that's exposed. Wear the SPF 50, what do they call it? The stay dry shirts.
Yeah.
That
Just-
helps you.
Just keep the goo on you.
That's right.
That's
That's the tagline.
That's
an
it.
advertising tagline. I
You're
think
welcome.
You better copyright that like right away.
Oh, I've
if someone's
tried.
Going to.
I have so tried, but then they're like, no, I don't think that's really, Copper Tone's
maybe
not beating down my door or calling me up
Nope.
on the hotline saying, hey, we want that one. Keep the
No,
goo
they're
on
not
you.
on you.
And
No.
then they're like, that's not a thing. Anywho.
Hey, guess
Yeah.
what I got in the mail?
Uh-oh, what?
I got my September
Yeah.
magazine, Proceedings from the Coast Guard Journal of Safety and Security at Sea. And it
Uh-oh.
has 2 new exams for you guys to take.
All right.
About what are the topics this week, Barry?
Pop quizzes, nautical engineering, and of course, deck questions. Deck questions are the seamanship type thing. Nautical engineering has to do with the.
Okay, so we're going to
boats
work
and-
through these and find out how clueless we really are once again. Is that the
Yep,
plan?
and I already sent them to you, so there's no excuse for not having your homework done.
What homework? Cheating? Like
What
going
homework?
to get the answers before we get on the air? I didn't do
No,
that. I wouldn't
no.
do that.
I didn't say you would, but I already sent them to you, so you should have read through them and already made your answer.
Well, I figure you're going to read us the questions. I'm not going to look
yeah,
up the
for the-
answers.
And feed us the answers.
Yeah.
And feed you the answers.
Right.
No. You have to at least guess.
All right, let's
see,
go
I
with
think-
let's go with deck info first, and it's
Oh,
deck.
we wanna go with the easier one.
DECK,
Yeah, DECK.
just so we're
okay.
clear.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All
First
right.
question.
First question is both international and inland. Which vessel is to keep out of the way of others? There's 4 answers. You're going to pick one.
Okay.
A vessel engaged in trawling, a vessel constrained by draft, a vessel engaged in underwater operations, or a vessel not under command. Which one is to keep out of the way of others?
Which one is to keep out of the way of others?
Other vessels.
I'm going to go. Well, what was the first answer again for A?
See, that's why I tell you.
No,
print it
just
out.
tell it. Read it. Come on.
Okay, a vessel engaged in trawling. You know what
Yes.
that is,
Right.
Okay,
I'm going
A
with
vessel-
that. A is my answer. What's your answer, Mike? Just give the answer. No, I mean, give your
I think
guess.
it's A. Yeah.
You think it's A? Okay, hold up.
Your
We'll
vote?
take a break. Oh, we'll
I didn't say anything.
We'll see who got it right
Okay.
after the break here on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to worry.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner, rounding out the crew. Okay, we're testing our nautical knowledge once again on the big show today. So this is deck info. And once again, the question.
The question was,
read it again,
both-
Barry. Go.
both for international and inland, which vessel is to keep out of the way of others? Which one has to stay out of the way of the others?
Okay.
And the four
Four
answers
choices are
were
A.
a vessel engaged in trawling.
Yeah.
That's A. B, a vessel constrained by draft.
Mm-hmm.
C, a vessel engaged in underwater operations, which we could discuss in a moment.
Mhm.
Or D, a vessel not under command. And if you think about those 4 vessels, what do you
Which
think?
one has to give way for those
To the
others?
others.
And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
both Mike and I say A.
And you're absolutely correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
well,
think,
it makes
think
sense.
about why.
Yeah.
Why does it make sense to you, Mike?
Well, I mean, a vessel constrained by draft can only go where it can go, so it's
Right.
not as maneuverable as a free floating vessel. A vessel engaged in underwater operations, such as dredging or something like that, clearly has equipment that is constraining its ability to maneuver.
Right.
And then a vessel not under command is a vessel just anchored and can't move anyway. So,
Right. That's
Yeah.
it. And now-
Process of elimination. That's how I got it too.
And that's what I thought when I had a couple of people on my boat doing underwater operations, hint, Greg.
Scuba diving, right?
Scuba diving when a ship wanted to come through where the area I was in and got so pissed off that he called the Coast Guard to come out there and talk to me.
Right. But,
And you pop
they were claiming that you were in like a shipping channel that they.
Nope. Well, I was
No?
not in the main. No, I was not in the main channel. We were off the main channel.
Well, I know
off-
you say
Right.
that, but I'm saying that's what he was claiming.
I don't know what he was claiming. All I know is that the Coast Guard came out to see what was going on, and you popped your heads up just as they came in, and they go, "Oh,
Yeah. No
That
wonder
was
he
it.
couldn't move. He wasn't
Yeah.
going to leave his scuba divers
diving his friends." Yeah.
underwater. Okay. Well, we got the
Right.
first one. How
You got
many?
the first
How
one.
many questions are
There's
in this
only four.
first?
There's only 4 on this.
All right.
On this.
So we're at 20%, Mike. Let's see if we can ace this puppy. Next question,
20%?
Barry. Yeah.
Wait, 20%?
I mean,
It's 4
25. Yeah.
questions.
Go.
Thank you.
Just go.
Okay.
Mr.
What is the
Count.
purpose of a What is the purpose of a striking plate? What is the purpose of a striking plate? A. It provides a surface for applying force on machinery. B. It absorbs machinery's vibrations. C. It provides a landing surface for the sounding bob. Or D. It prevents valve stem over travel.
That's it. It's weird because my thought on what a striking plate is doesn't match any of those answers.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to go with whichever answer incorporated the thing that you whack, hit, strike. But you didn't have those.
Yeah.
One of those is the
Well,
option.
did I or did I not?
Read it again. Read the 4 answers.
It provides a surface for applying force on machinery.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Wait, let me finish. It absorbs machinery's vibration. It provides a landing surface for the sounding bob, or it prevents valve stem over travel.
I'm going with 1 or A.
You're going with A?
Yeah.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah. I'm going to go with C.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. Mike is the winner on that one.
Well, okay.
It's the only one that makes the most sense, and I'll say it again. My version of a striking plate is like on a hull, typically like a commercial vessel that maybe works inshore.
Yeah.
They'll weld plates onto the bottom of the vessel ahead of like where the shafts come out.
Oh, yeah, right.
So the
That
prop
makes
shafts
sense.
come out. And that is what I consider a striking plate. And That's really
Okay.
there to
Well,
protect the hull.
I'm changing my answer to C, so I got it right.
No,
too.
you can't change it.
What do you mean
and
you
if
can't?
you think about no, because that's it. You're still at 25%. You're not doing so hot. But think about it this way: an anchor, a bow anchor, as it's being pulled up, you don't pull it up against fiberglass. Usually there is a plate there to absorb it as it gets tightened up, right?
Right.
A striking
you go.
plank? Striking plate? Yeah.
I mean,
would be
that
it.
could be. Well, this
Okay.
is it provides a landing surface for the sounding bob. So if you have a bob that I guess is used for sounding, and you pull it back up, that way it's not striking your hull.
So when
Right.
when you throw Bob over the side and just tie a rope around his waist and then pull
Right.
him up,
That
and
way
then-
you don't damage your hull.
Okay.
I'll try it on you next time we go boating.
My name's
All
not
right.
Bob. Sorry.
It will be when I'm done. What does hanging a barge off? This in quote. What does quote hanging a barge off refer to?
Hang
Okay.
a barge off. Okay.
Hanging a barge off. A, towing an empty barge astern. B, to remove and deliver a loaded barge from a multiple tow. C, to remove a barge while locking through. Or D, mooring a barge to the bank and leaving it there. What
Okay.
sounds most right?
Probably D.
Uh,
B or D.
yeah. What was B again?
To remove and deliver a loaded barge from a multiple tow. You've
And it-
seen where you see multiple tows, and
Yeah.
that's what.
And the
that's what
term
they're-
again is in quotes what?
hanging a barge off.
Hanging a barge off. Okay, I'll go B. What the hell?
Okay, and then you said D, Mike.
Yeah, you did.
I said D. but
Mike is up to 75%.
All right. Well, I'm gonna change mine to D then.
No, you're still at 25%.
Too. No, I get it. I get one do-over.
I'm gonna find airplane. You already did one do-over, and you did it.
No. I mean per question.
Oh, per question.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your last one for this group.
Uh-huh.
Your 1,600 GRT vessel, that's the weight of
Gross
your vessel,
tons.
gross tons, will be entering the navigable waters of the United States. You are required by regulation to take which action? Okay, A, test the primary and secondary steering systems no more than 8 hours before entering. B, check the magnetic compass for the correct deviation. C, correct the charts of the area to be transited using the notice to mariners or equivalent reasonably available. Or D, have a copy of the radio navigation aids in the pilot house. So this is you're in this big ship and you're going to enter the U.S. waters.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do?
Which answer do you like, Mike?
Well, there's several things you have to do. Several ship systems you have to test, and steering systems is one of them. So I'm going to go with A.
All right. I'm gonna follow his lead and go with A as well.
So sad. Correct the charts of the area to be transited using the notice to mariners or equivalently reasonably available. In other words,
that was C.
You have C.
Okay,
you have
I'm
to
gonna
look at your
I'm gonna
charts.
change to C then.
Of course you will. You have to look at your charts because notice the mariners come out every day or every other day.
Uh-huh.
All right. Changes happen every day when you're coming in from the sea. There could be a marker that's been moved, a buoy that has been gone off station, or some other a ship or derelict could be somewhere in the travel area.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm not following my my plan, which is when you're not real sure, it's always C. And in this case, it was C. So
basically,
second choice once again.
So Greg got 1 right, and Mike got 3 right. So
No,
Mike is the big
I
winner.
got all 4 right. I just got a second
I think
chance.
it's the most correct item on that one, but A is also correct. There's several systems on vessels of a certain size.
Yeah. Take that, Barry.
You have to do certain drills and test systems before entering the port, and
I don't know if it has to do with testing primary and secondary steering systems. Although after you had that ship that lost power and crashed into the bridge, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
See, you know what? I'm buying his argument. So I think we can grade on a
25%,
bell curve. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Listen up. The ship is sinking. Okay? We're going down right now. Just wrap your heads around the reality of that. In 5 minutes, this ship is going to be at the bottom of the lake. And there aren't enough spaces on the lifeboat. Who are we going to save? Who's going to fix this ship?
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Barry the Boater, Mike the Mariner. I'd be amiss if I didn't say we were beyond fixing. Just from that first quiz, I think we proved it. But, we learned together. Not just the crew, but the passengers joining us for our virtual cruise to the latest boating news and information. Let's continue on. Now we're into a different thing. It was deck information first. This quiz is about what type of nautical knowledge?
Nautical engineering, it's called.
Engineering. Oh, my favorite subject, of course.
Yeah. And some of these, some of them are interesting questions. So here we go. Modern marine diesel engines equipped with mechanical fuel injection operate on a combustion cycle, which is A, entirely constant volume, B, entirely constant pressure, C, a combination of constant volume and constant pressure, or D, a combination of constant temperature and constant pressure.
D. I'm going D.
It's probably C.
You are correct there, Mr. Mike.
Thank you. You mean Mike was correct.
Mike was correct.
Oh,
mechanical fuel injection is constant fuel or constant volume, constant
and
pressure.
constant pressure.
Yeah.
Well, damn it. I'm changing my answer to C once again.
I thought he would know that because I think you have a diesel, right?
I do.
Yes, so you would know that. Okay.
Twin diesel engines.
Now this is interesting one. Now you have to think about it for a minute. The horizontal fore and aft movement of a vessel is called A, heave, B, surge, C, sway, or D, yaw.
Yaw. I'm going with yaw.
Surge. B.
You are correct.
I am correct again.
No, Mike is correct again. How could you say yaw? You're a pilot. What is
Yaw
yaw?
sideways.
I thought it was a southern thing.
No, come on. You're a pilot. What is
No,
saw?
that's
What-
y'all with an
Explain.
L.
Yeah, explain y'all.
Well, you didn't.
Greg,
you
the
didn't.
pilot.
You really didn't say that. So
I said
okay.
the horizontal fore and aft movement.
all right.
Fore
So that one
and
didn't
aft.
count. Got it. All right.
Okay,
Next
that was
question.
it. All right, this one's a little electrical. Regulations require that shipboard cabling use stranded copper conductors. Why is copper a superior conductor compared to aluminum? A. Even though copper is lower in conductivity than aluminum, copper has more resistance than aluminum. Which, okay, I guess they had to make up something. B. Even though copper is heavier in weight than aluminum, copper has less resistance than aluminum. C. Even though copper has more resistance than aluminum, copper is lighter in weight than aluminum. Or D. Even though copper is more corrosive than aluminum, copper is lighter in weight than aluminum.
I'm going B. Unless
I'm
Mike
gonna go-
says something else.
No, I think I'm going to go. It's a little confusing the way they put that together, but I'm going to go with B as well.
Yeah,
You're
see?
both correct.
Ah, see?
Congratulations.
Nailed it.
Yes. Copper is heavier than aluminum,
Right.
but it has less resistance than aluminum.
Right.
Huh. See?
And it also doesn't expand as much when heated.
Right.
There you go.
Which is why you had some houses when they were being built used aluminum wiring, and they had problems where over time those connections actually loosened up. You get fire in your electrical boxes.
Right, because you get arcing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And plus, you don't hear about people stealing aluminum metal, from rooftops. Only copper wiring.
How does Greg know that? Okay. Operating a steam turbine propulsion unit at medium speed in an area with extremely cold seawater and the main circulating pump providing full cooling water flow to the condenser will result excellent plant efficiency due to the higher attained vacuum. That's A. B. Increased plant efficiency due to the increased condensate depression. C. Increased effectiveness of the air ejectors due to the increased main condenser vacuum. Or D. Increased condensate aeration due to the inability of the air ejectors to remove excessive air accumulation from the condenser.
Oh,
And
this
I
is an
had
easy
no
one.
idea. what-
So easy.
Yeah.
Mike, I'll let you go first.
No. You're the captain,
What?
so you do it. What?
No,
Go
he's
on.
a captain too.
No, yeah, but you guess first.
I'm just
Come on.
being generous. That's all.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mike. What's your best
I
guess?
think it's D because when I think about it, I think when you get those cold temperatures, you go into a vacuum and you would pull air into the system. So I think I'm going to go with D, but I'm.
It's you have to think about it some more. What about
Yeah.
you, Mr. Greg?
Yeah, I think I that's very good logic.
I think I'm going to copy.
Copy? No. I
Even
mean,
if
I
he's
just-
right or wrong, it doesn't matter.
No, if he's right, I'm a genius.
Okay, well, he's right.
He'll see. Well, then I rest my case.
It was increased condensate aeration due to the inability of the air ejectors to remove excessive air accumulation from the condenser.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Well, remember, a steam engine, you have to take that steam and you have to condense it back into water again.
Right.
Right.
So
I mean,
the
this
colder
is
the
this
colder
is
the
this is Moonshine Still 101. Come on.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I know this. Why?
Yeah.
Well,
that's a whole nother show.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, I've got some bourbon I'm going to have later.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of moonshine.
That's going to be the next show that he runs.
Yeah, but knowing these answers to some of these type of things will only make you a better boater all the way around. In case things go south on you, or you know why your systems do what they do, right, Barry?
Yeah. Right. When my steam engine starts to not condensate properly, I'll know what to do.
Well, yeah. And how many of them have you worked with? You've been
Steam
around
engines?
a long time. So
Yeah, I know.
Was your first boat a paddle boat? cruising down the Mississippi?
Could have been.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I'm older than I look.
now you read all the questions, but you knew the answers to all of these, or
Nope. Especially the last one. The last one I had to keep reading over and over again.
now why?
But-
That's the difference between me and Barry, Mike. If I was Barry right now, I'd say, of course I knew those. And you,
No, I have to be honest.
Here,
It's
Barry,
just
why would you do this? I gave
because
you the,
it's my nature.
I know you're out of your. I just laid it up there for you to make yourself look good, and you threw
I
yourself
have-
under the bus.
No, I just have to be honest. It's my nature to do that.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with this boy?
Well, again,
You're never going to be
wrong
captain
end.
with an
See
attitude
that?
like that, buddy.
See that? There is a big hole here. That
Oh,
got
that's
stitched
right.
all together again.
That wasn't skin cancer. He got a lobotomy this week. You think, Mike? You think that's what it was?
Well, I think he had to retain some IQ points there, so maybe maybe
If
some
you-
leaked out.
If you read some of the questions, the common sense sort of kind of flows in there. The same common sense you need when you're going through dangerous inlets like Haulover or where do we go off of?
What?
Not Boynton Beach.
Everglades?
What's the one that we go off when we go diving?
Pompano.
Pompano. That's another can be dangerous inlet depending on the weather.
Oh yeah, Fort Pierce Inlet can be as well. All of the inlets along the coast. In fact, what's the one that's really close to that hotel that Wayne Huizenga used to own?
Down there by
Can't remember.
Fort Lauderdale.
You're not
Yeah,
thinking
so-
Port Everglades. That inlet
Is
is pretty wide.
No, there's a really small inlet that can be
Pompano.
really rough. Yeah, that
Well,
must
there
be
you
it.
go.
Yeah,
That
Or the
must be it.
Boca
That
Inlet is
all
also
over.
dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Boca, right?
I think it's Boca. I think it's
Okay.
Boca that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you do them, but navigate them properly so you don't show up on a viral video. On that note, we're going to wrap it up till next time. Remember, whether it is sail or motor,
Life is better as a boater.
safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.